Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It is 8:59 in London, or more accurately, Jersey and the Channel Islands. It is 3:59 a.m. in New York City and 4:59 p.m. in Tokyo. We have for you the open position ratios, which we'll go through in a second. We've got the crypto fear and greed index at fear, which is pretty concurrent with the latest view, although we're getting less fearful. The CNN fear and greed index over the stock market is showing us fear, which is pretty, par for the course at the moment. So the economic calendar, we've got some news out any second now, sorry. Let's have a look at that again. I'll just move that over. We've got some news out any second now on the euro, I believe. Yeah, it's just come out. Okay, so not a lot of change there. And these are in half an hour on the pound. Okay, right, let's go over to our position ratios, just refresh those. They're out every 10 minutes. We've got our Harmony Technologies email, which gives us a snapshot of each pair, where it's at in relation to the MA200, and more importantly where the relative OPR is for each pair. If you want more information on that, you can go to harmonytechnologies.ca. The link's in the description on the video. And if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment in the box, and click on that bell so that you get more of the same. Thank you. Right, let's dive into it. Okay, so pound Swiss, we have bearish. What are we doing here? Pound Swiss bearish on IG, neutral on FX SSI, and plus 79. So let's have a see. So we don't have. Let's go to the 4 hour. We always do the analysis on the 4 hour, just see where we're at. Plus 79, so less bullish, but bullish. Potentially still coming up here. Okay. Euro pound. We'll see where you're at, the euro pound. Here we go. Let's have a look at the relative OPRs. Sorry. Euro pound. Neutral IG 46%, neutral on FX SSI and minus 30, so less bearish. No trade on that at the moment. I did think it would fall, but actually now I would change that because this is a very strong area for it to join. But I guess we should probably wait and see what happens to that, what happens here, which is where we're at now. We don't have the moving average one isn't on the side if we want to go bearish, so I wouldn't trade that at the moment. Euro Aussie, I do have a trade on at the moment on Euro Aussie. Let's just see what it's doing. Euro Aussie, neutral, minus 33, not a lot of change there then. But like I said, we do have a little bit of news coming out in 30 odd minutes, 26 minutes. Oh no, that's in the pound, we've had the euro, sorry. Forget that. Okay, that's Euro Aussie. So the price chart has formed this wedge, which it does. Look, here we got one here. Where else? Could argue there before it drops. There before it dropped. Here, hopefully before it drops. But whether we drop today or next week is anybody's guess. So we're in slight drawdown at the moment. But yeah, nothing to get on knickers in a twist. Okay, Euro Swiss. That's here. Let's have a look at the numbers. Euro Swiss bearish, neutral plus 73. Yeah. It's not tradable because they don't line up. Can we say anything? Yeah, so we did have that kangaroo tail there on the 4 hour, and it did drop, but it's now retraced. Perhaps you could argue that that should be there, but we'll see. That was what that meant, 4 hour kangaroo tail, which was that sell signal, but the numbers didn't all line up, so we couldn't take it. Euro Singapore. Ah, we're fully bearish now. Okay, interesting. Euro Singapore, yes. Alright, so I didn't publicise this, but I did take a trade on it. Why? I hear you asking. Sorry, let me just do the analysis first. So Euro Singapore bearish minus 84, so slightly less bearish. Why did I take the trade? Yeah, because it had been in a clear channel for all this time. It dropped out of the channel and it stayed out of the channel. I took it here. Let's take the 1 hour. I took it here. And this was a fully bearish candle at the time, but I dropped down to a lower time frame anyway. But anyway, what we've got now is we've just had a nice signal on an alligator signal. So once we get to this kind of level here where the fractal is, we're sort of out of the water, and hopefully it'll just drop. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, anyway, that's that one. CAD Swiss. The markets are fairly quiet, aren't they, at the moment? There's a lot of dollar strength. Let's have a look at CAD Swiss. Yeah, a lot of dollar strength across the board. CAD Swiss bearish plus 66. So again, we can't really. I'm not lining up those numbers. Maybe it'll come to this sort of level. So I thought wiki candle before it dropped. So look at it on the daily. Yeah, no, it's marching upwards. We didn't just get a wiki candle, I thought it would potentially just do a wiki candle and then fall. We didn't just get that, we got a march upwards. Which is fair enough. It's fair enough. Okay, Aussie Swiss. Do we still not have the relative OPRs lining up for this? Nope, plus 18. How does that stack up? Okay, so less bullish. So we're coming back to some kind of bearishness, which might be nice. Because if that's the case, let's have a look at the 1 hour MA. Yeah, we might get back into this box and then fall, in which case we'll have the moving average. And maybe the 4 hour MA will have caught up by then, but that's a long term, probably end of next week prospect. The dollar Singapore. Where are you? Dollar Singapore, sorry, it's me. Okay. Bearish plus 83. So again, things are not lining up. What are we getting on the chart? Okay, well this candle's still got, where are we? 50 minutes left. So potentially it will just create a kangaroo tail there and do what we think it's going to do, which is somehow this. Oh, I know what I meant by that. I meant like a wiki candle straight up, so before it falls. Now, sorry, did I say plus 83? Yeah, it's still bullish on the relative OPRs, even though we've only got 57% correlation, it's still bullish. So will it actually come all the way up to there? I don't know. Maybe. And then fall? Potentially we can wait for that, can't we? Alright. The Swissy. Here we go. So let's have a look at the numbers. Bearish, neutral, plus 66. And given the dollar strength, that's probably going to, I'd say, if I was a betting person, probably going to go to there. But it's not tradable for me, sorry. I believe it's a suggestion. It's not tradable because things are not lining up. Alright. Yen. Yeah, given the yen, the dollar strength, you could potentially take a trade on that if you felt lucky, but I would not do it. Plus 80 is the relative OPR. You do have a little trendy kangaroo tail, but the problem is they're gonna have to adjust these numbers, the Japanese Treasury. So you're probably gonna get this kind of scenario or this kind of scenario, which would blow through any stop. Please just be aware of that. You will, not only will it go to your stop loss, it will cost you some as well as that. Alright, Swiss yen, bullish and plus 20. So things that do line up on the Swiss yen apart from price action, which is a big fat mess. Let's have a look at the broader picture on this pair. Yeah, we're in a box, but is it squeezing us down to this level? Or could we say that that is our level? I think maybe we could. Probably there. In which case we're there, but we would need to see that lifting off quite significantly. 20's not really high enough. A few reasons not to trade it, but we are with the moving average. It's a moving average cross. Let's just check this one actually. That one isn't a moving average cross. Let's get it out of that box. What's a euro pound? Coming up to a moving average cross potentially. Yeah. Sorry, where are we at? Swiss yen. Yeah, it's a moving average cross. It's lining up, but 54% correlation. I mean, it's tradable without that, but without that being too strong, by the way, because of this. And if you want any further explanation on any of this, just message me. But I wouldn't, yeah, I'm not in favour of that trade, and that pair. Kiwi Swiss. Again, probably not out of alignment. Plus 92 is very bullish on the relative OPRs. No change there. Okay. Let us think. Yeah. No, probably misleading at the moment. Yeah, not much. much doing a hand that doesn't line up anyway. Okay, we shall have a quick zip through the others, so we can move all of these out now. Sad face. We don't have any potential trades on any of that. Oh, sorry, let's do silver and gold before we do that. Yep. Silver and gold plus 43 and plus 40. Gold plus 43. Gold plus 40. Yeah. Needs to decide what at this line, really, doesn't it? At this point of interest. Okay, so I was just going to zip down some of the rest. Just open this up so we don't have to keep. Because there might be just interesting charts to watch. Well, there's always interesting charts to watch, isn't there? Let's be honest. We'll move these out of this section because we don't have any OPRs on them. Okay, Aussie CAD, do like to trade it. Ooh, heck. Neutral minus 22. Oh, they're bouncing about all over the place, aren't they? Don't know what that was. That was the previous. Euro yen. Now this has had, we have had a trade opportunity. I didn't take it, but I was explaining, I think, in a previous video that that is a trade opportunity. It's at 0 still, so it's really quite neutral. But that was a lighthouse on the 4 hour. No, I think I looked at it and thought it may be, but that's not confirmed. I should have put not confirmed. But what it was sort of a trendy kangaroo tail type setup, and the numbers were in the right place. Let's get rid of these. They were just if I wanted to take the trade while I was busy, which I didn't in the end, because these numbers kept bouncing about. But it's a possible trade setup. Just quite wasn't perfect, if that makes sense. It was a 3.69. That was the lot size I was going to use, actually. And the risk to reward is 3.14. May still do what we want it to do, apart from if the yen is altered by the Treasury in Japan. What we got? No trade, nothing. Pretty bullish on the Euro New Zealand, but neutral minus 78. Maybe I need to keep an open mind on that one. Pound yen. It's just doing the move, isn't it? But yeah. So let's have a look at the numbers. Pound yen. Neutral minus 2. No. But that's an alligator setup potentially, but the lines are still very jumbled, so probably not. And also it would need to get above this fractal. But it's a squeeze, isn't it? For sure. Like that. So maybe we'll get a move out of it. Lighthouse on the 1 hour. Where was that? Oh. Okay, so that was also a potentially reason why we took the trade, but this hung about too far in there. Why I recommended the trade, but it did hang about too long in that body of that lighthouse candle, so it wasn't ideal. But now maybe it's just about to take off. Anyway, that's the trade. I wouldn't recommend taking it now. This is not trade advice to take a trade. This is just possibilities. It may still, it's in profit slightly at the moment, but yeah, it would need to be a better signal for me than that. Aussie, Singapore, plus 48. No trade. Although, what might we see? It's only 55% correlation, so let's not. I mean, it fell slightly. I think it's still got some liquidity to collect just there. New Zealand yen. Didn't quite make the mark up to there, but we're still... let's have a look at the numbers. Where are you? There. Plus 51. So less bullish. Okay, Aussie yen. Oh. Plus 42. Yeah, same. It's doing what we thought it would do. That's about all we can say with that. Pound CAD. What is happening here? So that was a short which worked, which went into profit. Let's have a look at the numbers on pound CAD. Minus 47, so it's very bearish. Pound CAD. Neutral and minus 47. Which would definitely fit with the chart. And yeah. So look at a 1 hour. You can see these are all the trades I've taken on this pair. I do like it quite a lot. But I want to look at this. This is interesting because it's changed from bullish to bearish. Well, only 55%. That was a beautiful trendy kangaroo tail. What we have here is actually a displacement candle on the 1 hour, and we've got a retracement. We wouldn't, I wouldn't, but you could. That would be quite aggressive. I'm just going to put a note on there. I wouldn't take it, but aggressive entry. So it's point of interest on the 4 hour, and it's a displacement candle on the 1 hour, and it's a retracement into the displacement candle. That is the trade, and it is a 4.44 hour trade. But the problem is, it's neutral. Pound CAD. Where are you? Pound CAD is neutral on IG markets. Sad face, because that is a trade. Anyway. Okay, the Canadian dollar. Where are you? Neutral plus 18. So nothing's changed from that perspective. Yeah. The moving average is the moving average crossover point at the moment. Aussie New Zealand. This is a bummer. Aussie New Zealand neutral minus 69. Yeah, none of those numbers line up. 55% correlation. Maybe this is the bit where it doesn't correlate. But yeah, it's following that line. Anyway. Okay. What have we got going on the Kiwi? Neutral. Bearish on FX SSI. Minus 17. Okay, so bearish on the relative OPR, and we've got that. We've got bearish on FX SSI. It's just that IG markets need to catch up, and this needs to get a little bit stronger. And and we need to cross the moving average on the 4 hour. But that, I'm going to put that in pink because that's one to watch. Yeah, I might get a trade on that next week. Euro CAD. Where are you, Euro CAD? Just take a sip. Sorry, one sec. Euro CAD neutral, minus 52. Um, 60% correlation. Yeah, well, it's doing what we thought. It's obviously taken a bit of a link detour, but it's doing what we thought. We're now getting a little trendy kangaroo tail there on the 4 hour. It's going to fall to there for sure. But, sorry, what did I say? Euro CAD, neutral, no trade. Pound New Zealand. We note that we don't have the moving average on the 4 hour for a buy. We also, we don't have the, if we were looking to buy, which the chart would indicate to go long, would it? No, actually it wouldn't. I don't know what I'm talking about. Pound New Zealand, let's just take a look at those numbers again. Neutral, minus 15, that's neutral, not enough going on. Moving average cross, which I've noted there. No definitive angle on that either way. And we have the numbers. Aussie. Dollar strength, we've got a moving average cross. Let's just see. Minus 28. The chart isn't telling us that, is it? No. Could argue that's a bearish flag, but I think given this, possibly not. As in it's going to carry on up here. Well, this is so far correct. It's just taken another one of those. But anyway, never mind. That's that. CAD Yen. Neutral, minus 18. Nothing's changed. Not very interesting. Pound Aussie. Ooh. Okay. Neutral amount plus 37, right. I think that should come down here. Actually, I am just going to go through all our points of interest on the 4 hour. What have we got? Maybe more like that now. So yeah, wait and see. This looked like it was going to blow that line, blow the resistance, but it didn't. Pound. Numbers that we have in the pound. Minus 63. Okay, so it's and the 79% correlation, don't forget. So it is I think it's gonna make it to this level. No trade because things don't line up. We've got neutral, minus, although it is getting more bearish on FXSSI. Euro. Trendy kangaroo tail there on the euro. Actually a last kiss and trendy kangaroo tail on the 4 hour. I'm just going to write that on there for reference. Last kiss and TKT, which will be blue because it's a suggestion. It's actually a very nice move off there. This was a point that we touched on several times. In fact, that actually works, so we can put that in green. I do think we are, if that candle finishes like it is looking like it will finish. That's not too complicated. Then what are we doing? What are we doing? I'd say sell it to there. Could be a trade if the numbers ever line up, which they're not doing at the moment. That could be a trade, which would be comme ça. It would need to get back down to there. That would be the... Yeah, actually it's not enough, is it? Not enough risk to reward. Not enough risk to reward, but it's yeah, it's not tradable for me, but that's an idea. That is only 1.18 reward. Okay, pound Singapore. What's the numbers? Plus 38. Much of a muchness. Moving average cross on the 4 hour, or moving average touch on the 4 hour, depending on how you look at it. XRP, flirting with our line. Point of interest. Onyx coin, yeah, nah. Bitcoin, it did this move, but I'm going to get rid of that because it did this first and then it did what we thought, so we'll get rid of it. That was a question mark. If it comes to this line, then potentially it would maybe reach 80, but it didn't. So now are we going to fall from here? We don't know. We'll wait and see. Ethereum, same, flirting with the line. NASDAQ, what's happening to a NASDAQ potential trade? Well, not a lot. Big fall. So it went into profit. Big fall. I mean, it's still in play, if you like, but it's in drawdown. But there's still room for it. Dixie, yeah, it's ripped out of the box, hasn't it? Dollar strength. S&P, back in the box, in the channel. Is that all we can say? I think it is. Well, thank you for staying with us. Really appreciate your time. Let's just have a quick check-in. Oh, nice. Okay, Euro Aussie. Sorry, I just got a bit distracted. Euro Aussie, 9:32. We've got 28 minutes left for it to, yeah, basically pay us back. Thank you. All right, and same with our Euro Singapore trade. We might end the week in profit, but we shall see. Okay, that's that one. Right, yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please like, please subscribe, tell your friends. Let's create a community here on YouTube of honest traders who show their work, who understand that it takes years to build a strategy and years of patience to trade profitably and consistently profitably. It isn't, unicorns and rainbows. It is hard work, but it pays off in the end. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Oh, and as my mentor would say, happy trading.